The pan is ready. Okay, so you're going to smell the nice smell of the onion, and you're going to see how the onion is sweating. So let's see when I turn this. See, this is why I don't like to destroy my pots or pans. So this one I'm going to hold it a little bit longer. It's darkish, but it's not black. So let's see the other one. Ooh, perfect. Basically, I want this onion to look like I almost burned it, but that was done intentionally. The small one, I'm just going to add it to the pot. Okay, the rest I just want them to be basically a little bit more done. Okay. Whew, almost there. All right, can you see the pot? This is how it was my other one, but more burnt. Hopefully I can save this pot. If not, that's going to be for my onions, unfortunately. All right, slowly I'm going to be adding them to my pot. All right, I'm going to add them all to my pot. There should be good. Perfect. My poor pan. All right, and I am just going to leave that simmering for at least 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so now quickly we're going to cut the carrots and we're going to add to our soup. So basically it should be like that size of the carrots. Okay, I have 2 more. Let me finish them and I will see you in a moment. All right, carrots are ready. Put them on the side. Now I'm going to grab potatoes and I'm going to start peeling them, and I'm going to cut them like the cubes too, and they are going to be ready just to go right away after the carrots. Ready. Let's quickly peel them. Yeah, I'm going to have 5 tomatoes. They are not too big. All right, let me wash them now. Okay, I'm going to add the carrots into the soup. The soup is not really boiling, it's just slow temperatures. I'm just going to pull out all the green parts because I do not like too many of them swimming in my soup. They already gave all the taste they needed. The only thing I'm going to add in here is the parsley and the dill. I have my frozen dill and frozen parsley. Okay, now the frozen parsley. There you go. Perfect. Okay, when this starts cooking a little bit more, I am going to test it if the taste is good, if I need to add salt, pepper, and also I'm going to add some Maggi. I'm going to show them for you, and the link for the Polish Maggi is going to be in the description. I'm not sure how many videos before I showed you how I do with my parsley and with my dill. I always have extra of it. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Hopefully you will love the channel, whatever I'm showing to you. Give me a comment if you're new over here. I would like to hear from you if you're new and where are you from. That would be a pleasure for me to meet you. And my name is Gosia. Welcome. So I always preserve my parsley, and I always like to preserve, but my preservation for dill is only to have that frozen. If it's coming to parsley, I have it frozen and I also have it dehydrated. Here is my dehydrated parsley. Oh, and I'm not sure if you can hear how it's crunchy, but I always dehydrate my parsley, and it's always good to have it extra in your kitchen. Alright, let me hide this before it gets unfrozen. Okay, let me cut them. So I'm going to cut the potatoes in cubes. So the size of the potato cubes are basically like that I like. So the soup is cooking. Let me try if I need to add any salt or pepper into it. Definitely salt, definitely pepper. Salt, pepper. And now I'm just going to add Maggi. So now I'm just going to add Maggi. So I'm going to give you that in the link. It's a Polish Maggi and has a little bit better quality, I would say, and good ingredients in it. All right. So we're going to add some Maggi into it. So this Maggi is made with the loverage. I used to add the loverage, so it depends. You can add loverage, spice, or you can add that liquid. All right. Oh my God, so good. Perfect. So now I'm just going to pull out the meat from that pan. I'm going to shred that meat and I'm going to put that meat back to the soup. This way I have pieces of meat, I don't have to worry about the bones. All right, let's do that. I can also pull out like the parsnip. I don't need that parsnip. And the celery root, when I find the celery root. If you pull out some carrots, just put them back. You don't want to lose your carrots. It's the parsnip, the celery root. All right. Now I am going to add the potatoes. I've lost one. So before I shred this, I'm just going to try to have that a little bit cooler. It's too hot. And now I'm going to take care of the beans. They all washed. I kept them in the water for some time. So the beans, I'm just going to cut them wherever they have that end. We don't keep this end either. And when they are bigger, I'm going to cut them in half. When they are like that size, I'm just going to keep the whole thing. Okay. Okay, see, that was the half. So if it's big like that, now we have two smaller pieces. You just don't want to eat the whole big piece of the bean from your soup. You just want to have it almost like a one bite of it. And what if there is like a medium like that? I always cut them also in half, just to have one bite-size piece. Alright, I will see you later when I finish them all. All right, they are ready. I have around, I would say, 1.5 cup of beans cut it in a small size. All right. I'm going to keep that soup a little bit because the potatoes are always tougher, but I always put the beans in like 5 minutes from them start boiling. So a few more minutes and I'm going to add the beans. Let's put our beans in there, and I'm losing again another stuff. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to wait around 7 minutes to have them start boiling and cooking. While the soup is cooking, I'm just going to tell you a funny story. So one time my mama was in a hospital, so we were taking a turn with cooking. So either who was first at home had to cook the dinner. If it was my dad first, if it was me or my sister from schools, depending. And one time was my sister first home, and she decided to cook that soup, the vegetable soup. The only thing that she was young, she was, I don't know, 12, 13. I was in my high school, so I was a little bit later. And first was my dad from work. My sister decided to cook the veggie soup, and every veggie she cooked in a separate pot. So my dad came back from work and put everything back to one pot. So yeah, we cooked with my sister since we were a kid. And those are kind of like a sweet memories, because we never had like, oh my god, we are hating it. No, we love to cook, both of us. And because we were cooking since we were a kid, this gave us the chance that now we are good in our kitchen. We can cook whatever we want, and we love to explore even more like new recipes. This way everything is tasting, and our families and friends love our kitchen. All right, let's have that cook a little bit longer and we'll come back to that. All right, the last piece we need is the cauliflower. All right, let me cut it from the greens. Okay, I'm going to save that one that I cut it off by mistake. All right. We don't need that green parts at all. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to cut those little florets one by one. If there is a bigger like this, let's cut that in half, or maybe one more in a quarter, because it would be nice to have like a bite-size cauliflower. Okay, like that. These ones are smaller, so I am just going to pull them apart, and they are going to be perfect. All right, nice. When they are like a medium size, just cut them in half. All right, the beans should be ready. Let's add our cauliflower. All right, I'm going to cook this for a few more minutes and then I'm going to taste it and the soup is ready. If I need to add more salt, I will add salt or any other spices. The last thing is to add is that shredded meat. Whew, it's going to be a good soup. So like I said, this soup, you can do it as a veggie soup. You don't need meat. If you're vegetarian, you can gladly do that. Just make the broth as a veggie broth. The best is your own. I know sometimes we are lazy and we want to buy it in the store and have it in the fridge, but you can always make it extra and then you just put them in a jar and jar them on the side. Preserve your vegetable broth or meat broth on the side. I just wanted to show you how I make my own broth step by step, because a lot of you it's new and not always all of you watch the previous video, so this is just a reminder how I'm making my own broth for any Polish. All right, let me try. How does it taste? Oh my god, looks so good. One more thing, I'm going to pull out that bay leaf since I found that. Whoop. Let's see if I need to add any more spices. Holy moly. Speechless. No. I don't need any more soup. Scratch that. I don't need any more salt or pepper. Perfect. Let's have some soup now. Let's have it in my favorite soup mug. This is so full of veggies, it's just perfect. Oof. Some meat on it. You don't need anything else. Oh my god. I want some beans in it too. Okay. Alright, let's eat. Wow, it's just perfect. So beans are not overcooked, they are still crunchy, and the cauliflower is perfect. You have to cook the cauliflower only for 10 minutes. You don't want to cook it too much because it's going to be mush and you're not going to feel any texture. And it's just perfect. Oh. This is the perfect soup for the weather that we have right now in California. It is gloomy, it is rainy, just amazing. Oh my God. One of the best soup ever. Friends, thank you so much for being today with me. Thank you for always your comments and amazing warm words. Thank you so much. And I will be with you very soon. Bye.